Hi everybody, welcome to Art and Psychotherapy. In today's video we are going to talk about another strategy of avoidance. If you are interested in avoidance strategies and you recognize them in yourself, these videos can be very useful. If you are interested in distraction strategies, you can see my video on distraction strategies as well. But in this video we are going to talk about omission, about giving up. Whenever emotions are so powerful and they overcome us, we tend to let go. We tend to give up. We tend to postpone whatever is giving us big emotions. And to postpone or to forget about them or to leave them out of our lives. Now, although distraction strategies, as you've seen in my previous video about distractions, although distractions bring you some sense of relief in the short term, omissions and missing out on activities and giving up on relationships brings rather a painful feeling. And it's very interesting because we'd rather feel the pain of having this absence in our lives than the feelings that are coming out in confronting whatever there is to confront. So this pain of letting go, this pain of omission is preferable in a very paradoxical way. And this increases the pain because there is some abandoned self we are having there. How does this omission manifest itself? It could be a person with anxiety decides not to go to an event because he's overcome by feelings. He has panic attacks. He doesn't want to have them in public. He's afraid of that. He's shameful. And then he gives up. Or another person could just give up public speaking precisely because of these emotions. And of course, these omissions, they come in different shapes and sizes. It could be a big job opportunity you're having and you could say, nah, I can't do it. It's too scary for me to take on that role. And then you would reject that. It would be scary to take on a big challenge, yeah, of course, but it would also be rewarding. So while a part of you feels safer by abandoning the dreams, the hopes, those ideas, another part, the abandoned self, grows larger and larger into sadness and maybe even despair. So these omission strategies, they have this tendency to make us feel safe through a kind of pain, but they also take away important parts of our lives. And in this art therapy exercise, I'm going to invite you to explore the persons, the events, the activities, the hobbies, the dreams you have, which you have let go, which you have abandoned in the no man's land. I'm going to invite you to paint this no man's land with the things you have given up. Because giving up was the easy path, although a painful one. Because there were big emotions there that you had to deal with. And big patterns, big thoughts. So let's see how this goes into practice. How does your no man's land look like? How does your abandoned self look like? Let's explore this into painting. And again, I'm going to connect with myself and I'm going to get some feeling of the atmosphere within when I come to think of periods in my life where I have left ideas or projects behind because there would have been big emotions to deal with, whether it is childhood or being a teenager or even a young adult. And I'm having this image of houses. Gonna make it like this. And again, I think you're already used to this. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for the feelings, for the atmosphere in my mind. And you know what? I can paint better. But I just want to encourage everybody to paint. Okay, so this is me painting like a child. Okay, so there would be some path that's darker in a way, and the atmosphere would be cloudy and a bit gloomy. And to me, the giving up and omissions would have to do with the way I deal with conflicts in my home life. Because giving up kind of brings peace sometimes, but not always. And it took me some years to learn to be more assertive and to speak more. To have the courage to have the tough talks without feeling guilty about it. And I would have here also a Ferris wheel, I think. I don't know why I saw this image, but I'm going to represent it. Again, I'm not that good at painting it, but it would look like this. And I think it will have the places like this. And this has to do more with childhood and with being okay with being creative and spontaneous and allowing yourself to shift your perspective. So this is a Ferris wheel. Brings fun, but also changes your perspective. I think it turns into some sort of town. And I would also put in the activities the flowing of art here. The path never taken. Because I had some talent, artistically speaking, but I never followed up on doing official courses in that. So in a way, I abandoned the creative part. I'm gonna express it like this. I hope my bad painting encourages you to paint as well. I've seen so many adults who give up painting at all because they are not so talented, they say. But no, you should keep going. It's about the feeling, it's about the flow. We have the right to paint. Nobody can take that away from us. And they shouldn't. Oh yeah, one more thing. I'm gonna make a tree here, right here. I think this is the tree of relationships that I haven't tended to. Huh. Okay. It's also work from all of the sides, from both sides involved. There would have been some difficult conversations there to have, which I didn't. So you see, no man's land, it's also a land of regret and a land of desire. It's the things you abandon, but that are really important to you. Some things can be repaired, some things can be recovered. And it's important to know that you can always recover and tend to your friendships and to your family and to your artistic side and to your childish and fun part and to your ability to take perspective from down below or from a high above. Here is how it looks like. Okay, thank you for tolerating my non-abilities. And here are a few questions that when you draw this for yourself, when you explore your own no man's land, the land of the things you have abandoned because you felt safer that way, when you explore this, you should ask yourself these questions. First of all, what are the things that I have let go of? What have I abandoned here? What parts of myself? What relationships have I abandoned because of this? I represented this. So I represented parts of my inner self, the water, the Ferris wheel. I represented parts of relationships, friends, family. So think of this in terms of activities you're letting go of, people you avoid to meet, relationships that have gone cold, jobs you haven't pursued, hobbies you have abandoned, talents you have buried under criticism and pressure. And you know what? Feel okay to draw. Feel okay to express yourself. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be an artist to express yourself through art. So, thank you for watching. Please do this exercise and show me how your no man's land looks like. Think of what you can recover from there, what you want to strive for, what's worth the effort there to fight for. I know mine. So, share that in our community and tell us how it's going for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.